Most people picture Wall Street and imagine men in expensive suits aggressively screaming into telephones. But the truth is that modern finance isn't driven by human emotion. It is completely controlled by an invisible, highly volatile web of algorithmic trading bots. My name is Elena, and I was the lead quantitative developer at a massive, high-frequency investment firm. I didn't manually trade assets. I engineered the extremely complex machine learning models and Python scripts that autonomously executed millions of microtransactions a second across global markets. But my primary responsibility wasn't just generating revenue, it was ensuring that our own aggressive trading bots didn't completely destroy the firm during sudden market downturns. To prevent catastrophic losses, I architected the ultimate digital safety net, a highly sophisticated predictive algorithm hosted entirely on AWS that constantly analyzed market volatility in real time. If an asset started violently crashing, my code would instantly trigger dynamic stop-loss parameters, effectively freezing our trading bots and locking our capital away safely before the market could drain our accounts. It was a mathematically flawless system designed to protect the firm from sudden flash crashes. But the absolute greatest threat to a multi-million-dollar algorithmic safety net isn't a sudden economic collapse. It is an arrogant head of operations whose personal bonus structure completely blinds him to the concept of statistical risk. Keep watching, hit that subscribe button, and welcome back to Scars and Silk. Today, I am going to show you exactly what happens when a toxic, greedy executive forces you to violently delete the machine learning safety protocols from your trading bots. And you simply step back and let the market aggressively liquidate his entire portfolio in a matter of seconds. The disruption to our flawless algorithmic ecosystem started the moment corporate promoted Victor to head of operations. Victor wasn't a data scientist or a quantitative engineer. He was a traditional, ruthless finance executive whose entire worldview was dictated by short-term profits and maximizing his own quarterly performance bonuses. When he finally reviewed the historical high-frequency trading logs from my department, he didn't see an elegant, mathematically sound machine learning model that had successfully protected the firm's capital during massive, unpredictable market downturns. All he saw was what he completely misunderstood as millions of dollars in potential profit being cowardly left on the table. He physically could not comprehend the complex statistical risk analysis or the predictive variance models running constantly in our distributed AWS environments. In his mind, every single time my algorithmic safety net detected extreme, irrational market volatility and automatically triggered the dynamic stop-loss parameters to safely freeze the trading bots, he believed we were just being technically weak. He looked at a beautifully engineered, automated shield that was actively preventing the firm from plunging into total bankruptcy during sudden flash crashes, and he arrogantly decided it was nothing more than an annoying, over-engineered roadblock that was actively stopping his bots from aggressively buying the dip and artificially inflating his massive end-of-year payout. Victor officially summoned me into his glass-walled office and handed down the absolute, non-negotiable mandate. I was to immediately access the core repository and systematically delete every single machine learning safety parameter my team had painstakingly built for our most highly volatile asset classes. He explicitly ordered me to uncap the trading bots, completely stripping away the dynamic stop-loss locks and forcing the algorithms to operate at maximum, unyielding leverage regardless of how dangerously the market was behaving. I looked at his aggressive, short-sighted profit projections and calmly tried to explain the devastating mathematical reality of removing predictive intelligence from a high-frequency trading environment. I clearly warned him that if we aggressively stripped the bots of their ability to read negative variance and analyze risk, they would be flying completely blind, programmed to aggressively buy into a steeply falling market without any concept of a safety brake. I explicitly told him that forcing the automated system to operate with uncapped leverage during a sudden, unpredictable economic downturn wouldn't just result in a temporary financial dip. It would mathematically guarantee a catastrophic margin call from our primary brokers, leading to a massive, forced liquidation of the firm's entire portfolio. Victor simply rolled his eyes, aggressively accused me of being a cowardly, risk-averse engineer who was actively holding back the firm's true financial potential and gave me a direct ultimatum to either push the newly uncapped, highly dangerous code to the AWS production servers by the end of the day or be immediately replaced by a junior developer who actually understood his reckless vision for unlimited market dominance. I refused to waste another second arguing with an executive who was actively choosing blind greed over basic algorithmic safety. Instead, I calmly walked back to my desk and meticulously drafted an algorithmic risk override acknowledgement. I used explicit, mathematically undeniable language to document exactly what would happen when we uncapped the leverage, clearly stating that completely stripping the machine learning safety nets would leave the firm completely defenseless against a sudden market correction. I explicitly highlighted that in the event of a flash crash, the violently unhinged bots would trigger an unstoppable margin call, forcing our brokers to aggressively liquidate the firm's assets at a catastrophic loss. I printed the document out, walked it back into his office, and calmly told him that I would not push the modified, highly dangerous code to the AWS production servers unless he formally signed his name, assuming full legal and financial responsibility for the mathematically guaranteed market liquidation. Victor actually laughed in my face, aggressively snatched the pen out of my hand, and called me a cowardly, overly cautious engineer who simply didn't have the stomach for high-level algorithmic finance. He arrogantly signed his name at the bottom of the page, fully convinced he was about to mastermind a record-breaking financial quarter, and aggressively ordered me to deploy the update immediately. So, I walked back to my terminal, completely bypassed the predictive safety protocols, and pushed his doomed, uncapped algorithms completely live. I want to pause the story right here to talk to every brilliant female developer and data scientist dealing with dangerously arrogant management. Have you ever had a toxic executive force you to deploy a system you knew with absolute certainty was going to catastrophically crash? Go down to the comments right now and drop a chart increasing or a locked emoji if you know the absolute best defense against corporate greed is getting their reckless mandates signed in permanent ink. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk network, because you absolutely need to see exactly what happens when the global market suddenly violently turns against his highly leveraged bots. Back to the story. Victor got his uncapped algorithms, the executive board praised his aggressive new trading strategy, and I sat back at my terminal, fully aware that we had just dropped a massive, ticking digital time bomb directly to the firm's entire portfolio. The very next morning, an unpredictable global macroeconomic news event sent massive shockwaves through the financial sector, instantly triggering a violently aggressive flash crash across our most heavily traded markets. Because Victor had explicitly forced me to strip away our predictive machine learning models and systematically delete every single Python-based safety parameter, our highly leveraged trading bots were completely blind to the catastrophic downward variance. Without the dynamic stop-loss locks to instantly freeze their operations and protect the firm's capital, the algorithms ruthlessly executed his exact, arrogant mandate. Instead of intelligently stepping back and waiting for the extreme volatility to stabilize, the newly uncapped bots aggressively bought the dip, forcefully catching the falling knife over and over again at thousands of transactions a second. As the asset prices violently plummeted into the red, the automated system kept aggressively doubling down, rapidly over-leveraging the firm's entire portfolio in highly toxic, rapidly depreciating positions. The unhinged bots were systematically draining our liquid cash reserves, blindly pouring tens of millions of dollars into a completely collapsing market simply because the arrogant executive who ordered their release fundamentally could not comprehend the mathematical necessity of an algorithmic safety break. In a matter of seconds, the catastrophic financial exposure violently breached our absolute maximum risk threshold. The highly sophisticated, automated risk management systems at our primary clearing broker instantly detected the massive, uncontrollable deficit and aggressively triggered an automatic, non-negotiable margin call across our entire institutional account. Because our newly uncapped trading algorithms had already ruthlessly drained every single dollar of our available liquid cash reserves, attempting to blindly buy the endless, plunging dip, the firm possessed absolutely no capital to physically cover the massive, rapidly spiraling shortfall. Without a single second of hesitation or human intervention, the broker's automated defense systems ruthlessly executed a forced global liquidation, aggressively dumping our firm's entire highly leveraged, rapidly depreciating portfolio directly into the violently crashing market at the absolute lowest possible price points. In less than 60 seconds, the firm violently hemorrhaged tens of millions of dollars in catastrophic, mathematically irreversible losses as the entire executive trading floor instantly devolved into absolute, screaming panic, while the sheer, unforgiving reality of an uncapped algorithmic death spiral finally materialized in blinding red on every single monitor in the building. Victor violently burst through my office doors, completely drained of color and desperately screaming that there must have been a catastrophic glitch in my Python code, frantically trying to blame his mathematically guaranteed, multi-million-dollar disaster on a fabricated algorithmic bug. I completely ignored his pathetic attempts to rewrite reality, bypassed him entirely, and walked straight into the emergency crisis management meeting that had just been convened with the firm's senior partners, the legal team, and our completely panicked clearing brokers. I didn't utter a single word in my own defense. I simply connected my laptop to the main boardroom projector and illuminated the high-definition scan of the algorithmic risk override acknowledgement that Victor had arrogantly signed just 24 hours earlier. The massive screen perfectly highlighted his signature directly beneath the explicit, non-negotiable clauses detailing his absolute orders to violently delete the machine learning safety nets, uncap the trading leverage, and systematically ignore the mathematically guaranteed risk of a catastrophic margin call. It completely destroyed his frantic, desperate narrative about a code glitch, exposing the undeniable proof that his blind, arrogant greed had intentionally triggered the massive global liquidation. The entire executive boardroom went deathly silent as the reality of his gross financial negligence washed over the senior partners. Before the CEO could even fully process the devastating document, I calmly slid my company badge and a formal letter of resignation across the massive glass table, announcing that I was leaving the firm effective immediately to launch my own elite quantitative risk architecture agency. However, because their entire algorithmic infrastructure was now completely exposed and bleeding capital without a single safety protocol in place, I handed the senior partners a non-negotiable proposal for a $1.8 million emergency consulting fee to urgently rebuild the predictive machine learning models and physically restore the dynamic stop-loss parameters. Victor was instantly terminated for cause, publicly escorted off the trading floor by corporate security, and placed under immediate investigation by the Regulatory Compliance Board. The partners authorized my exorbitant consulting fee on the spot, and I spent the next 6 months meticulously rebuilding the exact mathematical safety nets I had explicitly warned him not to destroy. Entirely on my own terms, and at exponentially more than my original salary. To every brilliant woman engineering the complex algorithms of the modern financial world, your true power isn't just in writing flawless predictive code. It is in knowing exactly when to step back and let an arrogant executive completely liquidate the portfolio he refused to understand. If you know your worth in the quantitative development world, go down to the comments right now and drop a money bag or a rocket emoji so I know you are watching. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the Scars and Silk Empire. Protect your algorithmic infrastructure, get every single catastrophic financial mandate in writing, and never rebuild a liquidated safety net for free.